Good morning. Today's video is going to be all about how to use these resistance bands to work every different muscle in your hip joints. Really good if you're getting into running or any other kind of athletics, jumping, any kind of sports at all, or if you just want to have good hip muscles. So for the first exercise, if I'm at home, I would put one of these exercise loops around the foot of my armchair, and then when I'm not using it, I just put the fabric of the armchair over the top and tuck it underneath so no one can see it. So you anchor your loop. Use for hips, you want to really be aiming to use a heavy band because you should have really good strong muscles to propel your body weight, so you want a good heavy band. If you're starting out, you're not used to hip exercises, get yourself a medium band. So usually when you buy the bands, they come in sets anyway with light, medium, heavy. So start with it looped around one ankle and have your back to the anchor so you're pulling away from it. A big step forwards with the other foot and get yourself into like a running stance. And then from there, you're going to pull through from hip extension forwards. So you're working those muscles as they're going through from swing through as you push off if you're running. So good running stance, bring it forwards and backwards. So your front foot can just stay on the floor, but just transfer your weight forwards and backwards onto it. If you want to work your balance a little bit more, you can lift that foot back. Okay, and use your arms to power you and to keep you balanced as well. Number of repetitions is going to depend on how strong you are and how fit you are to start with. So because this is a general video, I'm not going to set exact numbers. When I was starting off with this and I wasn't particularly strong in these muscles, I just worked until my weaker leg was fatigued, and then I swapped and did the same number on the other leg and gradually built it up, 2 to 3 sessions a week. And now I'm doing about 50 reps on each side. I'm not going to do that many right now though, just so that I don't bore you to tears. So swap, always match on the other side. So swap over, back into that running stance. First 1 or 2, sometimes it takes a while to get your balance. There we go. Not going to go through the full number of reps. Again, I just want to show you a good range without taking up too much time. That'll do for that one. So I'm going to just leave that there and pick up my other trusty loop and work a different set of muscles. So let's work on the hip abductors. So start with your band around both ankles this time, and start with just so the band isn't slack. And you're going to use a bit of a squat and a side step combined together. Now, if you've got a second loop, and I can't bother to take that one out from there, and you want to work your cuff muscles as well, then pop the loop around your wrists, and as you do this exercise, you lift your arms up and down as well. So just so I stay in camera shot, I'll go from side to side. So you could do, say, 5 side steps one way and 5 the other, or just do it on the spot like this. Another way is to put some hand weights and bring in some biceps curls if you want. So you could also do, that's not very good actually, don't do that. Okay, and then you're starting to get some upper body work as well as your leg work, some nice cuff work, biceps, starting to get a little bit of cardiovascular as well. Definitely getting a bit of cardiovascular. Don't leave that on. So, moving round, this is an all-round one. So, at home, just imagine you've got a clock face in front of you. I'm going to use some of these, but I'm going to use some extras as well. And we're going to work our way all the way from flexion and adduction, going forwards and across, right the way around to backwards and across. So every muscle group gets a look in. You're also working the stabilising leg pretty hard as well. So what you'll find is by the end of one set, your stabilising leg's starting to feel achy and tired. So this is a good exercise for both legs. So keep nice and firm on that leg Stretch as far as you can. So you're going past, so at the moment I'm going to 11 o'clock, it might look like 1 o'clock in the mirror, I don't know. Okay, then to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Stretch the band as far as you can each time and then come back to centre. So you're going to have to bend the standing leg, so you get quite a good quads workout as well on the standing leg. And if you're not too tired, as one set, go right the way back to the beginning again. Think about where this knee is going as well, so don't let it kind of roll in this way. Try and keep it in line over your other foot. So that's one set. And then depending on how strong you are and what your endurance is like, you could continue and do 2 or 3 sets in one go on one leg, or you can alternate legs to give the standing leg a bit of a break. So then repeat the same thing again, going across the middle, up to 12, to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, 6, 7, and then back round 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 12. Counted wrong, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I'm just going to do 1 set on each side, but I would actually, in a normal routine, I'd probably go there and back on each leg, depending on how much time I've done and what other exercises, anything from 2 sets to 5 sets. And that's going to depend on you as well. Now, I would maybe just bring in, if you're only doing bands, I'm going to do another video with some other really good glutes exercises without a band. But if you're only doing bands, you want to bring in a little bit more glutes, because the only one with hip extension at the moment has been kind of across behind you on these 3 ranges around here, bringing in a hip extension. So we want a bit more of that. So you can bring in walking backwards, which gets really good control, or you could just stand on the spot and just focus on just doing repetitions going backwards. So after you've done a couple of cycles right the way around, if you really need to focus on your glutes hip extension, add in maybe another set of 10 just going backwards and swapping around. And again, my weaker leg is my right leg, so I have to be quite careful when I'm exercising the left that I keep my right leg in line. Otherwise I just want to do this. So try and keep everything stable. Oh, one more. Nearly missed the last one. So we've worked your hip flexors from the beginning of swing through on your run to kind of just past midline. So you also want to work them from midline upwards as well. If you need to for this, rest your hands against a wall for some stability, but otherwise just a good high knee lift. So you've moved the band, instead of around your ankle now, it's over the top of your foot. And make sure that your knees come in kind of straight up and out a little bit, not tending to kind of come across the middle. So keep yourself nice aligned. Right, full all-round workout for your hips with just 1 band of loop. Give it a try.